Evening, guys. Sorry the background's so red. Spring had arrived. I'm going to start reading Dumbo. Spring had arrived. It was first time for the circus to travel from town to town again. Everyone is excited. But the most exciting thing about it was spring was still on its way. Late one night, a flock of storks flew over the circus tent. Each stork carried a special bundle. The storks dropped the bundles gently, for inside each one was a baby animal. The mother were happy because their babies had finally arrived. But one mother was not happy. Mrs. Jumble waited all night, but there was no bundle for her. She took one last look at the sky before she got into the circus train. I hope my baby comes soon, she thought. In the clouds above, one last stork was checking his map. He was trying to find the circus train. There it is, he said. He grabbed up the heavy bundle and flew off to the train. Mrs. Jumble, he called. Mrs. Jumble, over here, cried all the elephant ladies right there away. Sigh, here, please, the stork told Mrs. Jumble. Mrs. Jumble was so excited. She couldn't wait to see her baby. Hurry up, open it, giggled the elephant ladies. Mrs. Jumble untied the knob. Out popped a baby elephant with big blue eyes. Mrs. Jumble loved him at once. Then the baby elephant sneezed, achoo! Up flew his enormous ears. The elephants laughed at the tiny baby. What funny ears, they said. We will call him Dumbo. Mrs. Jumble didn't care. Dumbo was her baby, and she loved him very much. Soon the circus reached the first town. Everyone had to help set up the tents, even the elephants. The next day the circus animals paraded through the town. Dumbo tried to keep up with the other elephants, but he tripped over his ears and let in a puddle. All the children laughed at him. Later some boys started to tease Dumbo and pull on his ears. Mrs. Mrs. Jumble rushed over to protect her baby. She gave him one boy a spank. Help, the boy cried. The ringmaster heard the boy and cried for help. Stop the elephant, he shouted. Soon Mrs. Jumble was tied up and led away to the cage. That evening the elephant ladies blamed Dumbo for everything. They couldn't talk to him or even look at him. Poor Dumbo, he missed his mother very much. Timothy, the circus mouse, felt sorry for Dumbo. He decided to teach the elephant ladies a lesson. Boo, he shouted. The elephant ladies screamed. They were all afraid of the little mouse. Dumbo was afraid of Timothy, too. He had in a pile of hay. Timothy offered the little elephant a peanut. Don't be afraid, the circus mouse said. I like your ears, and I'll help you get your mother back. When Dumbo heard that he knew he had found a friend, as Dumbo and Timothy walked past the ringmaster tent, they heard him talk about a new elephant act. I have an idea, Timothy whispered. He hurried into the tent, and Timothy was sure that once Dumbo was a star, the ringmaster would free Mrs. Jumble. When the ringmaster fell asleep, Timothy whispered in his ear, the new elephant act will star Dumbo. Dumbo, Dumbo, the ringmaster repeated. And then when he woke up, I got it, he said. Dumbo will be the star of my elephant act. In the circus ring, the next night, the one elephant stood on a ball while the other balanced on her back. Stand still, grumbled the elephants on the bottom. At last it was Dumbo's turn. He was supposed to bounce off the board and land on top of all the elephants. Dumbo was very nervous. When the ringmaster called his name, he ran into the board and bounced. Bounced right into the ball. Dumbo had tripped over his long ears. Crash! Down came all the elephants. The people ran from the tent. Soon even the big top had crumbled to the ground. The elephant ladies were very angry. That Dumbo doesn't deserve to be an elephant, they complained. He should be a clown. So the ringmaster made Dumbo a clown. But the unhappy little elephant didn't want to be a clown. He had to jump from a very tall building into a tiny tub. Cheers, Timothy said later, and he helped Dumbo Wash off the clown makeup. We're going to see your mother." Off they went to see Mrs. Jumbo. Mrs. Jumbo heard them coming. She rushed to her cage window. Mrs. Jumbo tried to see her baby, but a strong chain held her back. All she could do was stretch out her trunk to Dumbo. Dumbo mother sang to him lullabies. He missed her so much it was very hard to say goodbye. The clowns were singing when Dumbo had Timothy return. Dumbo had made their act a big success, and they were very happy, but Dumbo was not happy. In fact, he got the hiccups from crying so much.
Daddy.
Drink some water, Timothy said. He didn't know the clouds had made the water taste funny, and the water made Dumbo feel funny. It made him see two Timothys. "What's wrong with the water?" wondered Timothy. The mouse took a sip. The water made him feel funny too. The next morning, the group of crows found some unusual visitors in the tree. Dumbo and Timothy were both asleep on the bench high up in the tree. "Have you ever seen anything like it?" they asked each other. Timothy woke up. "Don't look down, Dumbo," he cried, hanging on tight, but Dumbo looked. Splash! Down they fell into the water. The crows laughed and laughed. Ha 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 ha! What a morning they were having! Timothy didn't think it was funny. "Go ahead, laugh," he said. "How did you get up there anyway?" they asked. "Maybe you flew up," cried the crows. They were only joking, but Timothy jumping up and down. "Of course, Dumbo, you can fly. You can use your ears like wings." Dumbo didn't think he could fly. The crows decided to help. They gave Dumbo a feather, a magic. They told him it will help you from falling. They brought the little elephant to the edge of the cliff. Dumbo closed his eyes, flapped his ears, and jumped. The crows were right. He really could fly. Now we've seen everything. The crows laughed. "Wait until they see what at the circus movie," Timothy shouted. That night, Dumbo jumped from the building, a burning building at that. But this time he flew high over everyone's head. Dumbo was a star. The ringmaster let Jumbo out of her cage. Or Mrs. Jumbo out of the cage, I mean.
Daddy.
Oh, baby, yes. Guys, gotta finish reading this. Dumbo and his mother hugged and hugged each other, and no one ever laughed at Dumbo's ears ever again. The end.
Daddy.